Shares in Live Nation are up this morning. The company posted revenue in its latest quarter that was up 9%. Artists such as Bruno Mars, Harry Styles, and BTS of Korea have been breaking live ticket sale records amid an ongoing antitrust case over Live Nation's merger with Ticketmaster. Let's get more from Doug Arthur, research analyst at Huber Research Partners. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Tell us about the latest quarter at Live Nation. What jumped out for you, please?
I'm sorry, Andrew, is that a question for me?
Yes, yeah. What was interesting to you with this record revenue at Live Nation, for example?
I mean, listen, the fourth quarter is a seasonally small quarter for them, so they did beat expectations a little bit. So I'm less interested in what they did, and I'm more interested in what they're going to do. And they're giving a pretty robust outlook for 2026 in terms of their early indicators.
Is it just because people love going to live shows, these big marquee events?
Yeah, well, 2025 for Live Nation was dominated by big stadium shows. That's a little trickier in 2026 because of the FIFA World Cup is taking a lot of stadiums over for during the peak concert season in the summer. So what they're saying is they've kind of prepared for that, and a lot of their growth will come overseas in 2026 because of the World Cup.
What can you give us a ballpark? How much of their revenue comes from the United States and how much from other markets? Can you give us even a rough?
It's interesting. They've really built out their international platform, and it used to be kind of, 70% U.S. and 30% international. Now it's closer to 50-50 now. Obviously, they made a big acquisition in Latin America a couple of years ago. They like to say that social media has, marketed these U.S. artists all over the world. So they can go into markets they never thought about before. And Beyonce is has crazed fans all over the world. So they're following that.
That's interesting. I mean, we hear that COVID made us all stay at home. And to some extent, live events or clubs haven't fully recovered. But people are happy going out to these giant concerts, it seems.
Well, and you were talking about AI earlier in your broadcast. When you look, so many names in media, information services, I cover Thomson Reuters, for instance. So many of those names have been impacted by the AI fear. When you're a live events company, there's no AI replacement for that.
Yes, that's interesting. You're actually at a real world event, IRL as they call it. Yeah.
It's a little bit similar with Disney, where 60% of their EBITDA is parks, right? People are still going to parks.
What about the antitrust? I mean, it seems on the surface that it's kind of open to abuse that Live Nation would own Ticketmaster, giving them such a grip on the tickets for live events. Will they ever be forced to divest Ticketmaster?
Well, I think that's the question, right? I mean, the stock is going up. The market investors believe the lawsuit is going to fade away. The actual trial versus the DOJ starts in 10 days, March 2nd. It's a jury trial. And Live Nation had a big effort with the judge to motion to dismiss that he has rejected. Now, he did agree with Live Nation on some of the points of contention. But the trial at this point is going to start very soon, and that's a risk to this story. Now, the wrinkle is that, Trump has said, and this was in the Wall Street Journal, he's interested in getting Live Nation involved in saving the Kennedy Center. So will Trump intervene on this case before it starts? The case has been 2 years in the making.
And is it a possibility is that Live Nation would spin off a portion of Ticketmaster but retain control?
Well, I've argued for years that regardless of whether this trial occurs or doesn't occur, or there's a settlement again with the DOJ, the issue at the heart of it, which is the perceived conflict between being the biggest concert player and the largest ticket vendor, that's not going to go away. Live Nation needs to be proactive. They need to spin off part of this business, set up an independent board, and retain some kind of relationship so they can get access to the data. The issue has been around since the merger happened in 2010. It's not going anywhere.
I'm just looking at the growth of this company, a market cap at the end of last year of almost 40 billion, and back in 2018 it was only about 10 billion. So this company sure has grown.
Yeah, and I think, you have to, the growth rate is sort of modest double digit, very good. Demand is strong. You do have to sort of look at what are they buying, what are they building, and what's actually organic growth, because the number of fans in the U.S. that attended their shows in 2025 was down.
Was down. Why was that? Just not not enough hot product, artists?
It's a head scratcher to me. I think it may be a mix issue between stadiums were strong, but there were bigger shows, but less of them, and arenas and amphitheaters and clubs were not as big a part of the mix. I'm not really clear, but all their growth in fans were overseas.
That's interesting. Thank you very much, Doug. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Doug Arthur, Managing Director at Huber Research Partners.